Starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
We are tracking strong storm chances tonight and into the holiday weekend. First Alert meteorologist Evan Hatter joins us now. And Evan, could severe storms put a damper on those holiday weekend plans?
Well, Steve, it's possible, but it is by no means a guarantee as we head through the weekend. There's still going to be plenty of dry time. It's just difficult to determine exactly where these storms are going to form and when they're going to start to move in. In fact, we're already starting to track some across western Kentucky that may try to stay out there. Clouds in place actually helping us keep things cooler today. 77 the current temperature here in Hazard from a look from our studios. Pikeville Medical Center, sun's coming out in the Big Sandy. We'll see more of that here in just a second. Low 80s at the moment from our Pikeville Medical Center camera. Our First Alert weather day does continue, but we're starting to see those storms pop up across south central Kentucky. No issues here, but look out to the west. Satellite and radar shows the latest showers and storms bubbling up from the land between the lakes back to Paducah and even over toward parts of the central portion, the south central portion of the state. Severe thunderstorm watch out in west Kentucky. I think that's where it's going to stay, though. Upper 70s to low 80s out there. Now your forecast first through the next 12 hours. We only fall into the low 70s as we head through tonight with the potential for more storms for at least part of the region. But I think the severe threat is rather low tonight compared to where it'll be the next couple of days. Those details in a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. Today marks 1 year since the officer-involved shooting that shook the region when 3 officers and a canine were killed in an ambush-style attack in the Allen community of Floyd County. WYMT's Buddy Forbes is live in Prestonsburg, where the lives of the fallen are being remembered tonight. Buddy?
Yes, Steve, the officers I've spoken with say it has been a very heavy day today, and obviously we know why. And they just want to mark the anniversary by being here, sharing their memories.
Sometimes it feels like yesterday, and sometimes it feels like it's been 10 years.
1 year after the Allen ambush, first responders in Floyd County are remembering everything they lost.
You can't help but think back to the night of that 1 year ago where we were all at when dark fell. Man, you wish you had it to do over. You know, I wish I'd known at 3 o'clock what was going to happen at 4 o'clock.
An attack that killed Prestonsburg Police Captain Ralph Frazier, Officer Jacob Chaffins, Floyd County Sheriff's Deputy William Petrie, and Canine Drago, changing their communities forever.
It's never going to look the same. It's never going to feel the same, but adapting to that new normal and their memory and their legacy being a part of that new normal.
With only their memories left to lead the departments on through the fight.
Living through all that and then getting the only version of closure we're ever going to get in D.C. and continuing to rebuild one brick at a time.
And the neighbors they died serving, supporting the agencies they left behind.
It's a difference of making it another day or folding up and quitting, just about, you know. And it's really that thin line that keeps you going.
As their legacies light up the dark.
Everybody here will eventually move on, and one day there will be no one left here that lived through or personally knew these guys, but they will not be capable of not knowing their story.
For generations to come. And that lighting up is taking on a literal sense tonight with a vigil that is planned right here at 8:30 to allow the community to come out and remember its fallen heroes. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Buddy, thank you very much. Of course, we'll be at that vigil and have more tonight at 11. The vigil again is taking place in the municipal lot in downtown Prestonsburg. Everyone is encouraged to come out and remember those heroes. People also gathered earlier today to remember the officers killed in that Allen shooting. The Heroes Bridge, as it's now called, is located near the Kentucky 114 and North Lake Drive intersection in downtown Prestonsburg. Interim Prestonsburg Police Chief Ross Shurtleff says this is yet another step in ensuring these officers and their sacrifices are never forgotten.
As I said in the press conference after the shooting and at the funerals, what we do from here is to enshrine William, Jake, and Ralph so that no one ever forgets them. And this is a huge step in that.
Governor Andy Beshear, the families of the fallen officers, local officials, and community members were there this morning for the bridge dedication ceremony. The family of fallen London officer Logan Medlock was given the 2023 Outstanding Service Award for his commitment to the prevention of impaired driving. Mothers Against Drunk Driving presented the award to Logan's dad, Major Randy Medlock, Logan's wife Courtney, and Logan's son Brantley. Officials with the London Police Department posted to Facebook, quote, "Sergeant Logan Medlock will be missed by all who knew and loved him, but his memory and legacy will live on in every life he touched," end quote. We have an early heads up for some drivers in Perry County. Kentucky Transportation Cabinet officials say portions of Kentucky 451 will be closed starting next Wednesday. Construction will take place between the Yerkes and Krypton communities between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. The road work is expected to last through July 7th. You can find possible detours on our website. Just look for this story on WYMT.com. Governor Andy Beshear was in Letcher County today celebrating a new high ground community development. The governor joined other state and local leaders for the event. The development will house 10 new homes and benefit victims of the July 2022 flood. One nonprofit goes around the country to give back to communities affected by traumatic events, and this week the group made a stop in eastern Kentucky. WYMT's Jordan Mullins caught up with a canine and handler from Crisis Response Canines to talk about what they do.
Crisis Response Canines is a nonprofit group of canines and their handlers who were dispatched to critical events across the nation.
Got about 40 dogs across the country that are certified with their handlers through critical incident stress management and psychological first aid and mental health first aid and things like that.
This week, Bear Berman and his canine Macy paid a visit to Perry and Floyd County at Camp Noah locations, speaking with flood survivors and their children.
We were invited to come be part of the children's daily activities to interact with the dog and help them through some de-stressing and some revitalization and maybe sharing some of the things they went through.
Friday was their last day in eastern Kentucky, but the duo got to spend it changing more lives, whether flood survivors or those remembering the events of the Allen shooting 1 year ago.
Pretty powerful place, and it gives me an opportunity to give back. And you hear that saying a lot, oh yeah, you have to give back. You don't know what that means until you actually get to do it.
Spreading a bit of love.
We're just here to spread a little cheer, a little revitalization, or in Macy's case, her motto is peace, love, and licks.
To communities who need it the most, here in the mountains or across the nation. In Floyd County, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Bear Berman says he and Macy also spent some time with the families and fellow first responders of those 3 officers killed 1 year ago today, and will also be attending the candlelight vigil in Prestonsburg this evening. Construction is ongoing at the site of a Boys and Girls Club in southeastern Kentucky. The Kaywood-Ledford Boys and Girls Club in Harlan is building a gym behind their main space in the city. Boys and Girls Clubs of Appalachia CEO Katina Haynes says they take in sometimes 100 kids, and the gym will help keep them all entertained.
Come in the facility, and if it rains, there's no place to play outside. It's very cramped. It's just actually small for what we need. So the gym will allow us to double our capacity and also will allow us to feed even more kids than we feed right now. We'll have a commercial kitchen.
Kaywood-Ledford Boys and Girls Club staff say they are hoping the gym will be finished by the end of September, and then they plan to have a grand opening in October. Earlier today, the Supreme Court of the United States struck down President Joe Biden's debt forgiveness plan. The ruling came in a 6-3 vote, rejecting the president's plan to erase more than $400 billion in student loan debt. Hazard Community and Technical College President Dr. Jennifer Linden says while their students don't typically have a large amount of student loan debt, The court's ruling raises some concerns.
For students who do have a large amount of student loan debt, it's going to be quite difficult for them to get out of tough financial situations and to really get ahead economically if they have a large student loan payment that they're making each month.
Dr. Linden says their biggest concern is the number of students who are now going to be moving into a student loan repayment status. We'll have more information about how this ruling impacts local colleges and students tonight at 11. We have an update on a story we first reported back in 2019. A Knox County man was sentenced to 12 years in prison following a rape investigation. In 2019, officials say Ronald Lees, along with 3 other men, faced charges of rape and video voyeurism. Police say the 4 men raped a woman while she was intoxicated in a Whitley County hotel. Investigators also say they found video of the rape. In Wayne County, 1 man was arrested after reportedly assaulting a woman and her 7-year-old son. Police say the incident happened on North 2nd Street. 28-year-old Charles Anthony Green was arrested and charged with 2 counts of assault. He was taken to the Wayne County Detention Center.
Well, here comes the potential for storms. I'm breaking down the very latest.